to the treatment of vulnerable migrant workers and minority groups in the heat of Qatar's World Cup, sport this year was shaped by the rapidly changing geopolitical climate and conditions of the world in 2022. The thin line that separates sport from politics was crossed many times. Welcome to iSportConnect's review of the sporting year. I'm Michael Pirrie, thanks for joining us. This was sport's year of living dangerously, with scenes straight from a Cold War spy movie. These included the unlikely prisoner swap of a Russian arms dealer for the United States Olympic gold medal basketballer Brittany Griner, captured by Putin as a pawn on the eve of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. It was a watershed year. Sport recovered from the pandemic and returned to a full roster of international events and crowds, cancelled, delayed or threatened by COVID. And the global sports sector soared in value to more than $500 billion. The world's two biggest sporting brands went ahead in extreme weather and political environments. Electrifying new settings and athletes cut through the gloom of China's severe COVID isolation policies at the Beijing Winter Olympics, a prelude to Russia's Ukraine invasion. As well as war crimes, there were crimes against sport suspected after Russian teenage skating prodigy Kamila Valieva had tested positive to a banned substance. 2022 was cup-shaped, overflowing with World Cup championships in different sports and formats. Sport was also a bigger stage for human rights and social change in 2022, reflecting the changing global culture.
Truly moving scenes. Football stands together.
The cauldron of competition was hottest in Qatar, where unspeakable conditions temporarily silenced World Cup footballers. The Qatar World Cup divided international opinion and then captivated the world. The best venues and services seen at a global event produced some of the best performances and players, some legends performing for the last time on the biggest stage. This was a very messy World Cup for the Argentine goal-scoring maestro. While rival Ronaldo went from superstar to substitute, and Neymar paid the ultimate penalty. This World Cup created sporting history in a fantasy football wonderland. Doha 2022 was the most expensive sporting event ever staged, but the human cost and hidden death toll will be more difficult to wash away. From the sands of Doha to golf sand traps and bunkers, controversy followed sport in 2022. The ageing golf star Greg Norman misread the global mood, describing the murder of a journalist by agents of the Saudi Arabia government funding his live breakaway as a mistake. The Rebel Tournament, the richest in sporting history, was seen by greats such as Tiger Woods, Jack Nicklaus and Rory McIlroy as miscalculated, triggering one of sport's most divisive conflicts. The emotional embrace of retiring tennis great Roger Federer and rival Rafael Nadal, the first male player to capture 22 Grand Slams, touched the world and was one of the images of 2022. Sport also said an emotional goodbye to the Queen of Tennis, Serena Williams, and mourned the Queen of England, who shared a deep passion for sport with her beloved nation. While the late Queen's grandson may have relinquished royal duties, Prince Harry completed another tour of duty as patron for the Invictus Games, this time in The Hague, in honour and support of war-injured servicemen and women athletes, former colleagues. United States football goat Tom Brady refused to throw in the towel and returned from retirement, throwing more missile-like, match-winning touchdowns deep into the end zone. Much of this sporting year unfolded in the shadows of war. Governing bodies sanctioned Russia's reign of terror, cancelling sporting events in Russia and cancelled Russian teams and players from major international championships. These included Wimbledon, the Paralympic Games, World Athletics Championships and FIFA Football World Cup. While Putin has threatened possible nuclear war, the IOC is under mounting pressure to push sport's nuclear response and ban Russia from the Paris Olympics. Russia's unrelenting war of death and destruction is incompatible with United Nations and Olympic principles and programs of peace, and could disqualify the rogue nation from the Paris Games. Finding a solution to the Russia Paris Olympic Games dilemma will shape the politics of international sport in the coming months. iSportConnect looks forward to keeping you updated on this and other developments in the year ahead, and would like to thank you for your valuable support and partnership this year. I'm Michael Pirrie.